Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to this section. Well, some of us have requested that I use the phone version to explain how to place trades, how to transfer trades on futures but on Bybit. So now this is the home page. If you look down to the options I have below where we have home, market, trade, earn and assets. You can see that I'm on the home page right now. So now I'm going to click on the trade. You can see up there is the total assets, but let's click on the trades. This is the trade view, and if you look on top here, I'm going to be changing it. This is futures. We're on futures now. This is options, explore, and this is spot. Now this spot, if you want to trade spot trading, all you need to do is to place your trade here, but for now I'm talking about futures. So this is futures. I'm going to the futures page. I'm going to the futures page, and now this is it. Now if you look at these futures, look after the trade charts, you're going to see something like isolated by the left. Isolated, this is where I talked about you can change to cross or isolated, but this advice we stay on the isolated. Let me just click on it so you see the cross and isolated, but I always stay on the isolated trades because I don't want the trades to cross over to my balance. I only want the allocated amount I have, actually the quantity that I'm trading, to keep on trading for me, and when it's done, it's done. Now if you look close to the isolated, you see 9x. This is a leverage. I'm going to click on it, which I've said that I use various leverage to trade. It could be anyone you want it to be, but we don't usually want it to be too high. Sometimes I use 8, 9, 10, depending on what I'm trading. So if you look under what's under the 9x, you will see 0.8342 USDT. This is the amount I have available to trade with. So if I had money in my spot wallet, I had money in another wallet, all I need to do is to transfer the money into this wallet. And how I'm going to do that, I just need to click the plus sign that is close to the 0.8342. So I click on it now, and you're going to see transfer, convert, deposit. So if you want to transfer, maybe you have money, you have some USDT already in your account, but it's not in your futures wallet, it's in another account. You just click on transfer, and if you look at it here, look up here, you're going to see funding account, derivative account. This derivatives account is the futures account. So let me say, for instance, you have money in your funding account. All you need to do is to place the amount the amount in the funding account you wish to transfer to your derivative account, and you put it, and you just click on confirm. This funding account, you can see there's an arrow at the right side of the funding account. Let me click on the arrow just at the right side, and you can see you can interchange the account, which of the account you wish to transfer from. You can be derivatives. Right now it's in funding account, so if I change derivative, you look back up here, you see that derivatives account is now on top and funding account is below, so you can interchange either of them you want. This is how you transfer money while you're on your futures account to your balance, to add to your available balance on the futures. Now when you look below where you have 0.8342 USDT, you will see limits there. So this is why I talked about how you want to take your trades. First of all, let's explain what this limit is. Limits is when, for instance, you have the market at this point. Like right now, I placed a limit on Dodge, and my limit on Dodge, if you look at these two green lines, the one that is not moving is my limit, which is 0.39076. Now this is my limit of buying, limit to buy. That is, if the market is presently at 0.40285, you can see that one is that line, that this green box is moving. Now, if the market decides to sell down to this line that I have, let me show you. If this market decides to sell, look how the market is right now, is 0.400284. If it decides to sell down to my point, I have a limit buy here, which is 0.39051. If we decide to sell down here, what I want the market to do is to activate my buy from this 0.39098 I have here. So that's why I have this limit, waiting for the market to come to my limit to pick me up. There are other things I can do, because you see the signal I dropped yesterday, it has long dodge entry and also take profit as TP and LSL stop loss. What I'm doing right now is just to explain what I mean by limits. If you see limits, also you can also see signals that will say market. You can also see signals that will say market. Now, if you see a signal that will say market, that means you're trying to buy the signal. We're trying to place the trade at the present price. That means we are not going to be using limits. We are going to go to this 0.40296. I mean the one that's moving up there. This is the present market price. This is what people are buying and selling. So if you have an entry and I say, the person says, take this trade at market price, you just need to come to this place. You change this place that has market. It was in limits. You change it to market like this. You increase your quantity. So this, what I'm moving is the quantity of what you want to buy. Let me say you have $100 in your account. Maybe you just want to use $50 USDT. You increase it like this to 50%. And while you do that, you also see that the cost here will be changing. So I had 0.8 USDT in my account. So, and I increase the quantity to 50%, making it 0.4. If you can see below here, we have value, cost, and liquidation price just below the quantity I just moved. Now you see my cost is changing. If I put it 25%, you see my cost has changed to 0.18. If I increase it to 50%, you see my cost is 0.40, which is half of my available price of the USDT. That is 0.8. So now I just explained how we can actually use this bar that I'm moving to indicate the quantity you wish to trade. I've also explained the market, taking trades at market price, taking trade at limit. So either of the point, if you want to take trade on limit or take trade on market, all you need to do is to come and change it here. Then you use this cursor to increase the quantity you want to trade at that time. If you want to trade your whole account, it's 100% account. If you want to trade half of what you have or 25%, anything you have there, you can always see the cost of what you are putting into the market at a particular time under this cursor that has value, cost, and liquidation price. So I'm going over to TP and XL. So TP means take profit. XL means stop loss. I already explained to you yesterday. I said, for instance, we want to take a limit, like a limit I set yesterday. I took that limit and the market has not activated yet. Now, what I did, because I wanted to buy the market, which I talked about, the limit price I have. If you look at the chart, I have there at 0.3907, this green box here. So that's the limit I set. Now, after setting the limit, what I do once I want to add my take profit and SL, I don't usually add it instantly on this place, but you can actually put it here if you want. You can see that as I click the box of the TP/SL. Let me untick the box. Then let me tick it back. You can actually place your TP and SL on the spot. Let me say, for instance, I send a limit, or I send a trade for you to take. All you need to do, so click on the limit first of all. Is it a limit trade, or is it a market price trade? If it's a limit, you leave it to a limit. If it's market, you change to market. The next thing you do, you put the point we're taking the trade from, which is this point here. Is it, I think it's 0.39 something. That's why we do 0.390, 0.39, yeah, 0.39076. So you put the quantity we're trading, the point we're trading from. Then you go to the quantity. You increase the quantity you want to use for the trade. Once you are done with that, you click on the TP/SL box. You click on it. Then you click addition. You add it. So when you click on add, all you need to do is to put the TP price you see on the signal that I've drawn. You put it here. You type it there. You go to the LCL, which is the stop loss trigger. You type it here. Once you are done typing this, you go over and you want to confirm it. When you have finished typing, you confirm it below. Once you have confirmed it, you have actually set this TP and SL here. Then you check the signal. Is it long? Did she say long? Long means buy and short means sell. Does the signal say buy, or does the signal say long? Does the signal say long, or does the signal say short? If it says long, that means it's buying the market. If it says short, that means it's selling the market. You click on the one, and you look at this. Let's go to where you see your trade when you've confirmed it. Where you see your trade is just at the below point here, where you have positions, orders, and tools. So you're going to see what I've set this my buy limit, a long limit yesterday. You see the route open long, it's not yet active. It's still waiting for it to come to the point I want to buy from. Once the point is triggered, then to move over to position. You see my position is 0. I don't have anything in my position. But if I click on the other one, my order is here waiting. So once this trade has been activated, you see, if I click on the position, it will now come to the position as activated, and you see the trade will start rolling, will start moving for me here to the points. Either it's going to TP or SL. Anytime you place a trade, it's either going to your TP or SL. Most times we advise you don't move your SL, just leave it. If you want to stop loss and you lose that trade, it's fine. But most times we always try that we'll go to our trade is set to hit TPs and not stop loss. TPs, which is take profit, once the trade hits the TP you have set, which is take profit, your trade closes. Your trade closes, and to come to your available balance you have up here, adding it to what you have here, and you see you've made your profits. Available balance, don't forget what's available balance, just directly under the isolated and the 9x, which is the leverage. So this is how we actually place trade using the phone interface, and also that is how we actually do this on the features. So for those that want to do spot buy is not different. We're just at features now, so let me just move this to sports. So this is the spot buying. So if you see the top left here, you have BTC/USDT. Now before we move over here, let me just go back to features. I don't think I showed you where to add or change pairs. Now if you see this pair on top one, we're on USDT. If you want to change this pair to another pair, you just need to click the .usdt and you click on search here, and you click on the next pair you want to look at, maybe Sol USDT. You make sure that it's Sol USDT perpetual, not inverse perpetual. Look at it very well. Make sure it's USDT perpetual. The features are always perpetual. You click on it. So when you click on the USDT perpetual, you see it has changed to Sol USDT. You now know that whatever you place here, whether a limit or market price, you have placed it right. And so everything that I just talked about, the features, the very first place you start from is first of all to change the currency to the right currency. The next thing you do is to go to check that your trade is isolated. The next thing you do is to check the leverage, what leverage you want to do. The next thing you do is to check the available trade. If you have money, you're available. If you don't have, go and transfer like I showed you. Next thing you want to do, you want to check if it's limit what if we're taking the trade as limit price or market price. Next thing you want to do is to put